Hi, I'm Mason, and squids are still weird.
I'm Todd, and happy belated MLK Day. If your job didn't let you off, they're evil.
And this is what are we talking about? But if they didn't let you off on MLK Day, that's so tragic. Like, I feel like that's a staple that should be all company wide, a day off. Just for, you know what I'm saying, civil rights, all that stuff, you know?
I completely agree. That goes with the Juneteenth. If you don't have it off, you better put your PTO in. Put it in.
Many resources on TikTok, all that, for a perfect, like, PTO schedule, right?
Yeah, there are resources on TikTok, and then also, like, if you know your, like, days that you already are going to get off, make sure you're paying attention to those, too, because, like, just sprinkling in 1 or 2 days around those days you're already going to have off, now you have, like, 4 and 5 day weekends, so...
Everybody wants to be off, do what you got to do.
Everybody wants a little break.
Work-life balance, a little bit more life.
Everyone a little bit more life. Yes, absolutely.
Bro, and we have been lifing. I'm not gonna lie. We've been off a couple days. We've done a lot of stuff.
Yeah, we took a week break. So we've already, unless we do a bonus episode, we've already messed up our 52 episode season. Well, we'll make it up.
We can make it up.
It's still early. It's still early. Don't count us out yet, guys.
Yeah.
But my parents bought a house and we helped them move.
Bro.
It was treacherous.
More
so for him than me.
I didn't know a refrigerator could be that heavy.
And you know what? And I am thankful for him, because if he wasn't there, then it would have been me.
For sure.
Because I am the firstborn daughter son, so I am forced to do everything.
That was pretty treacherous, not gonna lie. We started at 10 a.m. and didn't end until like... I
think it was 8 p.m.?
Yeah, 8, 7.
Yeah.
A lot of moving, but we got it done. We got her done.
Got her done. Mind you, it was 4 of us.
4 of us.
It was just the 4 of us. We had a 5th person pop in for like maybe 20 minutes.
It was just mostly the 4 of us, but that moving process was crazy. I'm glad we had a U-Haul. We had the trolley.
Yeah.
The dolly.
It took y'all 2 trips?
Yeah, 2 trips to get everything.
Yeah, I was stuck at the house with the internet guy for the new house for a period of time. Bored out of my mind.
Bro.
I tried to like baby set up the house, and then by the time I did like 3 things, I was like, I literally cannot do anything.
Yeah. I totally understand, bro.
So
like that, yeah. It was pretty treacherous, but the good part was the breaks in between. Not gonna lie, because we had Chipotle.
We did have.
We had Chipotle
good.
On the parents. Thank you again for that.
On the parentals, and the parental paid meal. And
we couldn't drive too fast in the U-Haul, so that was also a break as well. Just chilling. If you got behind us, I'm so sorry. We were the slow U-Haul. But we couldn't mess up the fridge. I tried so hard. But that was probably the hardest one to get. Minus the couch. There was one sofa couch that was pretty hard.
The long couch.
But that was just because it was awkward. Like,
yeah.
And we had to fit in the doorway. Yeah. Movers, highly respect to y'all, not gonna lie. So, yeah. It's not even related. I don't know why I was about to relate both of those. It's not related. But Euphoria
is coming back.
Euphoria. This season looks like it's going to be more of a mental break than last season. Easily. Just a little bit. Just because there's higher stakes to me.
Okay.
There's like life and death. Like before it was kind of like we're going through high school drama.
Okay.
This time, I feel like Rue, if she does not play her cards right...
And you consider that a mental break?
No, I'm talking about for us. Because, like, I don't know about you, but I could not watch multiple episodes a day. Like, breaking your mental.
Right.
Not mental break, like, you know what I'm saying, like... relieving your brain or anything. I'm talking about like actually breaking your brain.
Oh, okay, yeah. So I thought you meant like a mental. Like I thought you meant this season would be like a mental break.
No. It's gonna be even worse.
Okay. That's what I was. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be. It's yeah.
We're there now. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, this season's gonna be crazy. She started off the trailer. Well, spoiler warnings if you haven't seen it. This is a spoiler warning. Just let you know.
It is just a trailer though, so I mean.
Go check out the trailer and you'll get all of this. But she started off with, Rue, you owe me money.
You still owe me money. To all the theorists like me who thought that she got her money back via selling Rue's body, kind of sad about that, I'm not gonna lie. I thought I was onto something there. I wasn't.
No, Rue just escaped.
Yeah.
Cassie, still being Cassie.
You know what?
With Nate.
Period.
Nate, boy, honestly, bro, Nate looks like he goes through a couple things too. I don't know if they did a figurative thing with it, but it did look like he was like getting murdered. And like that still shot with all the blood on him and stuff like that. Yeah.
Right. I forgot about that.
So, that dynamic with Nate and Cassie, that's gonna be crazy. I feel like this season, Rue and what's her name? Maddie are gonna become close.
Rue, Maddie, and Lexi are gonna be like
intertwined.
They're gonna be like this. Do you see that? That's all three of them together.
Yes.
They're like, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I feel like they're gonna be that. People are shipping Maddie and Rue too. Have you been on that side of TikTok?
No.
Yeah, I've seen like at least 3 edits, so I guess that means it's official.
Intriguing.
People are shipping them.
It's an intriguing ship.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think that would be a surprise.
That would be a surprise.
Like, I feel like that would be like a very much left turn, and not for the reasons people are gonna say.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I just feel like they're very much good gal pals.
Oh yeah, for sure, and they need each other.
They do, and I just think, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, if you don't like it, you can say it.
Yeah, like it. I just don't think, just based on how they interact with each other in the past, in past seasons, I just don't think it makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, because like I'm definitely not saying that friendships can develop into whatever. I just don't think that they would vibe that way personally.
Yeah. Well, yeah, people are shipping them. Bro, so sad that my boy ain't in this new season.
Sad.
What's his name?
I don't remember his real name.
But
his character name is Fesco.
Fesco, yeah. But what's it called? He was a pivotal moment, like, and it's so sad about his actor in real life. Yeah, I would like to see more of him in the new season, but unfortunately, it just won't happen. But he was a good character. Like he was up there as one of my favorite characters.
I want to see how they do that and how Lexi's character, how all that goes down for sure.
Yeah, but yeah, that's
ready. I'm ready for that.
I'm ready for it. I think I'm mentally ready for it, but I don't know.
I don't think I'm mentally ready. I know I'm not mentally ready, but I know I am ready to watch it. And I also love that yes, the actors and the characters that they play deal with heavy things. So one, I understand the mental break, meaning relaxation of the brain, that they needed as far as filming goes. But someone also pointed out on TikTok that another reason why it was kind of smart on their part that they took so long to bring us the next season is, one, I think people were always going to be intrigued. Like, as much as you can see in the comments, as much as people were like, oh my gosh, no one cares about Euphoria, it's like, okay, just kidding, actually.
You're still going to watch it.
You're still going to watch it. So there's that. But then secondarily, some girl on TikTok pointed out, like, even when we were watching it, their characters were directly reflected in our timeline. Meaning, there needed to be some time for them to grow up for it to make sense and not feel too rushed.
Because we're past high school.
From seeing them literally play themselves in high school to then play themselves as adults, like there had to be a space.
There had to.
For there to be the assumption of growth to also be visible as well, like in
right.
the characters. So
yeah,
I like that they pointed that out, and I fully agree with that.
I fully agree with it.
I think it's great.
Am I forgetting anybody else?
I don't think so.
I don't think anybody really pivotal Let us know if I'm forgetting anybody pivotal in the series that you want to see. I know Cassie's ex, the black dude. I think he didn't even have an appearance that much in the new one.
No, we haven't seen him even in.
He was like once he went to college. I think that's whenever
McKay. I think that's his
name. I think that was pretty much it.
McKay.
The one mixed dude who I liked, but now that I've seen started to, I think I was recency bias, or not recency bias, or like I think I forgot what he did.
Oh, you've changed your mind on that
a little bit. I feel like he's a little unnecessary.
Okay.
From what I've seen, the clips, like it was kind of unnecessary. His character and that thing. I feel like he was just there to stir stuff up. Right. Mm-hmm. So, but for me, I was just saying. I think while I was watching, I just liked the way his character was so, I guess, nonchalant. Yeah. That it added that spark of like, okay, I think I'm interested in this little side story that's going on with him, Rue, and what's her name? What? Jules. So I think that was a cool little side story. But now that I'm looking at other clips, I'm like, he wasn't really needed. Yeah. And so I don't think he'll make a grand appearance in this new one. I don't think so. What's it called? If you're up to date with I guess TikTok and streaming and stuff, Marlon, whatever his name is in it too. Everybody's all hyped about that, and they think he has some with Jules and the thing. So we gonna see. Getting some new characters. I'm
just really excited to see it. Do we know when it comes out?
No, not off the top of my head, but it may be featured in this video. Maybe, you never know.
Don't count on it. No, I'm just kidding.
Don't count on it. Maybe, I don't know.
But, speaking of television, I'm so sorry, headphone users.
She.
I got a little excited. Speaking of television, if you've still got your Netflix account, you need to be watching. Most people have probably already watched it. But His&Hers is the most frustrating romantic thriller, if you even want to add the romance part, because it's like there a little bit, but whatever. Thriller television show that I have watched in a while.
Spoiler warnings again.
Spoiler warnings. These ones are like real fundamental spoiler warnings. We've watched half the series. Is a limited series, 6 episodes. We just finished 3 last night. I'm rambling on to again reiterate that this is a spoiler warning. We will be talking about details in the show in 3, 2, 1. Jack is pissing me off.
Yeah, Jack, boy, Jack, if you could have solved so many problems, you just turned yourself in.
And like I mentioned while we were watching, I say this a lot of times. Now, obviously, if you watch a lot of true crime, television, podcasts, etc., you know, like, the biggest thing that irks me is when someone who has, like, murdered someone, and there are some times where I believe that it was, in fact, an accident, like the act of actually murdering them. Okay, but if it's such an accident, please call the police.
Yeah, why are you hiding it?
Now you're hiding bodies, so now it's no longer an accident. Because it was, but now it isn't.
Now it isn't.
Like, because now you're deliberately hiding their body. You're deliberately trying to get rid of them. You're deliberately doing these things. When if you felt threatened and accidentally murdered this person, well, now it's time to call the police.
Yeah. Like, bro.
So
you don't need to be hot. Like, in his spirit, if you really feel like you innocent, you should have just turned yourself in, told your other detective partner, this is what happened. Because she's my favorite character.
Priya is his assistant detective.
Yeah, she's my favorite character. She's a real detective.
On her shit, and she is realizing how sus he is starting to behave. I feel like she's gonna figure it out.
Yeah. But at this point, I seriously do not know who murdered this woman.
I do not know who murders this woman. So the way that the show starts is you would assume that Anna, who is Jack's wife, who is a news anchor / was a news anchor on the Atlanta News, you think she did it. Because you see her in the woods, okay? You see her come home. She throws away a shit ton of mail. Robo cleans her house to the fullest extent.
Literally.
Then, in the next morning, she goes down to the station, tries to get her job back. She's been on a year hiatus because an incident happened with her child, and she needed a mental break.
Yes, understandable.
This mental break included disappearing for a year and not telling anyone, but, sometimes that's what you gotta do. Okay?
Yeah, but I do understand the repercussions she's getting from doing it. You can't just leave for a year, but I understand why she took a year off.
Right. And, mind you, when she goes to plead for her job back, there is another woman that has now taken her spot. She started as a backup. She is now the anchor because, again, she was gone for a year.
Okay? Yeah.
So, she's like, hey, well, listen. This woman was murdered. Let me go as a field reporter. I'll do it. I'll take care of the story. And the, whatever you want to call him, station guy, he's like, okay, well, what cameraman do you want? Well, she wants so-and-so. Do you know who so-and-so is? So-and-so is the new anchor woman's husband.
Plot twist.
Is the new anchor woman's husband. Mm-hmm. And he looks at Anna like, you conniving little... Sure.
I mean, he still signed off on it.
He did. He still... See, that's... I didn't even think about that part.
He still
literally let her take him. Okay, so now we come back to Jack. Okay, it's the first time we're introduced to Jack. Jack gets up.
Exactly. I love Jack at the beginning.
I loved Jack at the beginning. Full Jack team party over here. Okay, Jack wakes up. Okay, you later learn that this is his niece. We're a little confused about this family dynamic.
Right. Thought it was his daughter at first.
Yes, you have to figure out the dynamics as you go. But that's why I said that's why we gave the spoiler warnings. We're just going to tell you up front. Okay, he comes downstairs to his sister and his niece in the kitchen. He's getting ready to go to work, he's talking to his niece, blah, 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 explains she has soccer practice. The mom's like, I have things to do. We don't know what those things are. Mm-hmm. They're not valid things. Anyways, he's like, okay, listen, you have soccer practice. If I'm going to have to take you, then you're just going to have to be ready when I get here. And then his sister makes a lovely comment that you don't realize she makes until later on. And she's like, when did you even get in last night?
Exactly.
We're out late. He's like, I was just working late. And you know what? He's a detective, so you're right.
Okay, I just assumed...
He's
face value.
He's a detective. Great. Wonderful. So he goes down to the scene. He's driving down to the scene. Well, first, he goes and gets Priya. Didn't he get Priya first?
Yeah, he got Priya.
He goes and gets Priya from the precinct, his assistant detective, and now they're going down. They've got a body. They're driving down into the woods, and they're pulling up, and now these woods look familiar. This car looks familiar. Because you know who was in these woods 12 hours ago? Anna. Anna was in these woods 12 hours ago. And now there's a dead woman on her car, stabbed 40 times with her fingernails cut off. Fingernails / like when I say fingernails cut off, I mean like past the little thingy that hurts, like that thing. Yeah.
Like you're conspiring at this point.
Like chopped off. Okay. So, he does detective-y thingies. Okay. He gives Priya a job. Okay. He tells everybody to fan out, scale, get there and, all the evidence that they can find, all the things. The media arrives. You know who's a part of the media? Anna's a part of the media. So Anna and her cameraman, who is also her rival's husband, they arrive, okay? She's sitting here. She's trying to get the angles. She's getting herself camera ready, okay? We've got homeboy that I don't even remember his name. Because, the cameraman, I don't remember his name. Like, he's significant, but he's not
significant. He's really not, yeah.
So, yeah, okay. And so, as they're all getting set up, okay, Jack tells Priya, hey, you go tell them they can't be here. Okay, we've set up a new perimeter for the crime scene. They need to go over there, and they can do their job over there, and that's fine. Sure, okay? Excuse me.
You're on a roll.
Priya goes to do that, okay? Yeah. She's failing, okay? Love her. She's so sweet. I think she's like a newer detective. It's giving the vibe of newer detective. It also could be just that she is kind of soft-spoken. It could be both of those things.
It could. She's climbing the ranks.
Yeah,
she's climbing the ranks at this point.
Yeah, she's a little newer, but like not new to like police work.
Yeah, but she has a passion for this stuff.
Correct.
She has a passion.
Correct. Okay, so Jack does something, talks to someone. Oh, he knows who she is. Mind you, this is a small town outside of Atlanta.
Yeah, he hasn't left town.
He hasn't left town. He is in this town. He has grown up in this town. Okay, he knows the individual, which is not surprising because they live in a small town. Okay, so he's like, listen, okay, no one is telling her husband. I will go and tell her husband, okay, we're not releasing who this woman is to the public. The husband needs to know before the public knows. That's normal.
And in face value,
that's normal.
That's normal procedure. We are thinking Jack is a very caring individual who's just like, no, I do not want her husband to figure out in this way that his wife has been murdered.
Brutally murdered.
Straight up.
Straight up.
We thought that was a plain value.
And I was like, you know what, Jack, period, tell him. Okay? So, Priya is having a hard time wrangling the media, so here comes Jack. Jack is her backup. He's like, okay, listen here, guys. Okay? We need to do our job. We know that you have a job to do. There's another perimeter over there. Go set up over there. Perfectly fine, okay? We don't know anything at this point in time other than the fact that we do in fact have a dead white woman.
Yes.
That's all we've got. Okay? When we have more information, we will let you know. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Okay? As he goes to walk away, we hear Detective Harper, did you know her?
Which now, that's whenever it clicked to me that I thought Anna was
the murderer.
The murderer.
Yes, I agree.
Because there was... Did the flashback happen after that or before that?
The flashback of her being in the woods?
Yes. I think it happened afterwards.
I think it's
afterwards.
There,
but that line of questioning was crazy, and she's very good at that. We've seen it throughout the series that she's very good at answering a question indirectly that actually gives her the actual answer she's looking for. She's very good. That's why she is in the newscasting and all that. But that was a very specific question where she asked him, did you know her? And he folded.
Not yet. He didn't fold yet.
No, I mean, he folded in that moment because he kind of like, he hesitated.
You're right, because he was walking away before she
He walked away before she asked it.
When she asked the question, he turns and looks at her kind of like, what is wrong with you? Turns back and continues to walk away. And
that's the situation where a no answer is an answer.
Correct.
Yes.
Yes. No. Yes.
I
get what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Priya's like, okay, what's with homegirl over there? That was weird. And he's like, nothing. I don't know what you're talking about. And she was like, that was weird. But okay, sure. Whatever you say.
Whatever you say.
Okay. So, some things go along. Okay. They get the body down to the morgue. You know, they're doing some checking and whatever else. And Jack is like, hey, okay. We know that she's been stabbed 40 times.
40 times.
Okay. We've got the autopsy, all the things. Okay. There is evidence of intimacy. That's all I'm going to say for the pod.
Yeah.
There's evidence of intimacy, okay?
On the body.
On the body, so we've got some things.
Put your thinking caps on.
Thinking caps
see
on.
Where
You know what I'm talking about.
You know what I'm talking about.
So now, we're like, okay, we need every person that has been near the body, including law enforcement, they need to submit a DNA sample.
By swab.
By mouth swab, yes.
By mouth swab.
So, period. Jack is like, okay, yeah, we will do that. But right now, we have to go talk to the husband, him and Priya. Okay?
Right. At face value.
That's fine. That's normal.
We thought that was normal by Jack.
He's like, listen, yeah, we will get it to you. We have a guy to go tell that his wife's dead.
If you already know how the series goes, you're gonna know where we get to at later in this. But that was one. We're just trying to get you through the thought process as we're watching it.
Yes.
Of what we thought. At face value, Jack is still in the green light.
Yes. Yes. Okay. So him and. We don't go to his house. No, they do.
They do.
We go to his house. He's not there. He does not answer.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay.
But we see him peeking through the window, so he's there.
He's there. He's refusing to answer.
He just doesn't want to answer the door.
Okay.
And this is the husband.
This is the husband
of the dead wife.
Okay. His name is Clyde. Dead wife.
Clyde.
Husband. His name is Clyde, with a C. Okay. What? Is his name funny or something? Is his name
Keep
funny
going,
or something?
no.
Okay, cool. Wonderful. Okay. So, we as the audience see that he's speaking through the curtains, okay, but Jack and Priya do not see that he's speaking through the curtains.
Yeah, this man makes a lot of money, so it's a big, like, it's not like you could just, it's not like a small town house to where you can see somebody peeking through the window just by being at the front door. Like, he's like 2 stories up in the corner.
Like, big beautiful house on a big beautiful piece of land, big security system, big driveway.
So you're not noticing somebody peeking through a window.
No, you're really not. So, Jack and Priya leave, okay? I want to say Jack gives Priya some tasks to do or whatever else.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And so she goes off to do those things. Jack then goes to the inn to find Anna. I'm assuming it's the only one because he knew.
Yeah, this seems like a very in-town hotel.
Very, very small town. Very, very in-town.
The manager has had that in his family forever.
Okay,
yeah.
So Jack comes in. homie girl, we don't know her name. Homegirl's at the front desk. She's like, "Hey, Jack, small town things, okay?" He's like, "Hey, what room is Anna in?"
I can't give you that information.
I can't tell you what room she's in. And then Jack just looks at her and she goes,
"Yeah." I mean, she did. The front desk lady. Keep in mind, these are people that know people in high school, since high school. Mm-hmm. So this is one of them things where she's like, I know you're not crazy enough to do some crazy stuff in this establishment. She's there. That's your wife.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
You messed up my
I'm sorry, reveal. I messed up the reveal. X that out. But what's it called? This isn't like a situation where like some crazy stuff is happening. In our minds, it made sense that she was just like what I'm saying? I mean,
he's a detective. So
he's a detective.
Got murdered.
Yeah.
Okay, so Jack goes upstairs. Okay, he's going to find room number 5, and he is hearing some things that no person wants to hear on a normal basis. Mm-hmm. Okay, and he is banging on the door because he's like, "Listen here, you're playing around. I'm trying to talk to you." Okay, he bangs on the door so loudly that by the time that Anna decides to mind you, she romances the cameraman. The cameraman that is her nemesis.
Folded like a lawn chair.
Wife. He folded very easily. Very quickly, very easily.
One day.
It was in a matter of hours. And so that is what Jack heard outside the door. Okay, so he bangs hard enough, long enough for Anna to get annoyed. She gets up and she checks the door, sees him cascading down the stairs. He didn't stay long enough to actually speak to her, but Anna knows that he was there. Okay, cameraman, this is when I was going to do my reveal. Cameraman was like, "Oh, who was that?" And she goes, "My husband."
My husband.
And we're like, "What?"
Mic drop. Because what?
Because what do you mean you have a husband?
What kind of relationship y'all got?
What do you mean you have a husband? And what do you mean the husband is... So this is where our thought process, right? Okay, well, you're telling me that you have a husband. You're telling me your husband is Detective Jack Harper. Detective Jack Harper that is investigating the murder of this white woman in this town that we, at this moment, think that you... Did. So not only are you reporting on a murder that you committed, you are also dating the investigator on said murder case.
Yes. A whole lot of entanglement.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah.
A whole lot of entanglement. From that, then we go to where Jack resides. Or does he go to her mother's house?
She goes to her mother's house.
She does, right?
Yes, she goes
without Jack, right?
Without Jack. She goes first. Goes to say hello to her mother. Okay? Her mother's there, being a normal mother. She fell asleep watching television with the patio door open. This is a small town. Small town
stuff.
Okay? Little while later, Jack does appear, okay? Because he's like, we need to talk somewhere, okay? He comes. Her mom says hello. She's like, "You know what? You like my coffee. I'm going to make you some coffee." And Anna's like, "No, Jack doesn't need coffee. Jack needs to leave." And Jack's like, "Well, I'm going to stay. I love your coffee." She goes off screen to make coffee. They start hushed yelling at each other about...
Why are you here?
Why are you here? What are you doing?
What are you
disappeared
doing?
for a year.
Oh my God.
You were just up in the place with the homie, and I don't understand.
Throwing sneak shots. I heard you. Things like that.
All the things. And then, sweet mother comes back in the living room. "Jack, when did you get here? Do you want some coffee?" And now we realize that we think that mom is suffering from early onset dementia.
Dementia, Alzheimer's, something like that.
One of the two. They don't necessarily classify like what it actually is, but something that affects her short-term memory. And it's getting worse, but it's not like
it's not full blown because there is sporadic moments where you could tell she's there.
Yeah,
and she does remember details.
Yes,
but it's very short term.
She knows that she has the disease as
well. Yeah, she knows
there's a further down conversation that she has with Anna that she's like, or has with Jack. She has it with Jack.
Well, she has it with both, really. She does have it with both
of them, and she's just like, "Listen, I don't really care what you're saying. Like, just let me be me out here in the little woods. I don't care." Okay, and so this is when Jack lets Anna know that they have found her wandering in the night on the street naked, about to get ran over by a car, and he's had to bring her back. Multiple times. It's been like 2 or 3 times. He comes in and checks on her periodically. She has the audacity to ask why he hasn't taken her to the doctor, and me and Mason are both just like, "Girl, that's yo mama."
Instant pause because, bro, what are you talking? That is your mother. You took a year off. You're the one who hasn't been here. You're the one that wanted to be a city girl, go and live a life, and forgot all the small town stuff that comes with it. Like, you forgot us. That's point blank simple what I got from that conversation. You forgot us, and you have no right to come in here and tell us what we should have did. Because you should have been here.
Correct. So, now, after that, we get... I'm trying to think chronologically what happens next.
We get we meet Clyde and stuff like that afterwards,
but we get more flashbacks before that.
Yeah,
because we know some things when we meet Clyde. So we get a few flashbacks. One of the biggest flashbacks being, obviously, you know how we because they go back to the morgue.
Yeah, they go back to the morgue.
I'm remembering things as I think about it, okay? Before they go back to the morgue, okay, we do get some shots of the morgue, because we also concurrently at the same time are getting shots of Anna going through her childhood room, going through her memory box.
Exactly.
Okay, as Anna's going through her memory box, she picks up a friendship bracelet that she has in the memory box. Mm-hmm. Well, at the same time, concurrently, we also see Miss Coroner at the morgue finds out that something is stuffed into the dead woman's body. Dead woman's name is Rachel, by the way.
Yeah, Rachel.
Stuffed into Rachel's dead body's mouth, and she fishes out the same friendship bracelet from Rachel's mouth. So we're like, oh, see, we're getting more confirmation.
Wow.
That is the murderer.
Yes, this full blown is. If we had to,
murderer.
It would be definitely 70% Anna that we're believing is the murderer at this point.
Absolutely. Okay, but also while we are getting that, we are getting more flashbacks of the night of when Anna was murdered. Mind you, this was literally just the night before. There's not much time. There's a lot happening, but there's not a lot of time moving right now. Okay, we get another flashback. Okay, we get a flashback. It's Rachel's car in the rain in the woods. Okay, as we zoom out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, slow pan of a zoom out. Okay, we get. There's another vehicle. This another vehicle looks familiar. This vehicle is a Ford F-150 that is orange. Who drives that vehicle other than Jack? But guess what? Jack is in the vehicle with Rachel, and what are they doing? What do you do in the dark in the woods?
What do you do? A whole lot of entanglement. But that's not.
It's worse. As we continue to pan out, we pan out some more. Because guess who's watching them through the back window of the truck?
Anna is in there in the rain in a hood watching her husband at this point
fornicate with her supposed
best friend in the back of his truck.
In the middle of the woods.
So
at this point, I am 50-50 between Jack and Anna.
And we can't go over every detail. You have to watch it for yourself. We're giving you an overview. But now you're seeing where we're seeing that the passing that Jack did or said is starting to look very suspicious in the way he did it. Because now it is confirmed he was there with that woman that night.
Literally
Rachel.
that night. Okay? This leads up to, again, they go back to the morgue. This is when coroner lady tells them, about the bracelet that they found in her mouth. Okay, well, again, Jack rushes off because they need to go talk to Clyde, and homegirl's like, well, you also haven't done your DNA samples, and you said that to me yesterday that you had to go talk to Clyde. So, like, what is going on?
Oh, don't worry, I'll get you it. I'll get you the swab. You know that country thing where I'll get you the swab.
I'll get you the swab. Okay, so that is another reason why. So now we realize that the intimate findings will now probably belong to Jack, because we have seen as an audience that is what happened, okay?
Yes.
I also say loosely 50-50 of Anna and Jack only because of the simple fact that Jack being there put him back on the scale. At this point, I think we're still pretty certain probably that it was Anna.
Yes.
Okay. At this point. Okay.
At this point.
We transport to Clyde's home. Okay. They are interviewing Clyde. Clyde is the husband of Rachel, who is now deceased. Okay. So they go over the basic things. You know, where were you? What were you doing? What was the nature of you and Rachel's relationship? All the things. Okay. We find out that because homie has diabetes and heart failure, hereditary heart failure or something of that nature, that he cannot be intimate. So they have an arrangement where she can be intimate with others as long as he doesn't know about it. It can't be done at their home. He doesn't want to know who they are, but she can do what she wants to do. Sure, whatever.
He's a millionaire. He
doesn't really care.
He pays for her life. She looks good on freaking press. You know what I'm saying? Banquets, everything. She shows up. She does her thing.
Exactly. Right. So they are both serving each other their purpose, and they agree to that and fine, whatever.
And if who are we to judge?
Who are we to judge?
If that works for them, let them do their thing,
If that
bro.
works for them, if that works for you, if that works for others, who are we? If that is like, I mean, this is off topic. That's one of my arguments I have with a lot of people. Like, today it is 2026. Like, if that is what you want to do with your life, if that's the kind of arrangement you want, and both of you agree, period, do it. So, okay, so we get some things going on, we get some talks, okay, and we're like, okay, so we're asking, do you know who it was? That's how we find out that he does not know names, okay? We get some screen footage. We get some questions on, like, why would she be out in the woods? Okay, well, we learned that she likes doing it in cars because she gets a thrill because she feels like she's in high school.
She's in high school.
And he says something about how she prefers trucks, and then Clyde gives Jack a look, which we thought was hilarious.
We thought it was clearly he knew somewhat. I feel like
he kind of knew. And you know what? I feel like the reason why he kind of was picking up on these is because Jack is acting very sketchy during this interview.
Ever since Anna has stepped on the scene, he has been acting very suspicious, and Priya has caught on to it, and other people around him is starting to catch on to it too. So that's not helping Jack. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's why I think Clyde low-key knew a little bit. Yeah. He didn't know the whole story. He didn't know the whole story, but he definitely knew a little bit. He's just like, right. Like, why? Because it didn't help. Jack was very defensive towards Clyde when Clyde was explaining himself, which I believe Clyde was
perfect. Exactly. His answers made so much sense. But he had surveillance cameras for his cameras around his house, like that alibied where he was and all the things of the actual night and all the stuff or whatever. They asked for the clothes he wore. He already washed them because it was a muddy, rainy, stormy night. With that, he had taken his dog out. He's like, so why? But Jack was like, why are you taking your dog out during an electrical storm? Mind you, the man has a Dalmatian, like a 200-pound. Her name is Marianne, and he was like, "Do you want to clean up after Marianne?" No one wants to do that.
No one wants to do that.
People barely want to clean up after a small dog. I know I don't half the time. So
at this point, I feel like Clyde's rebuttals and kind of stabs at Jack wasn't even to kind of maybe even catch him, because like we said, Clyde doesn't know the whole story. I think it was more so like the audacity for you to even try to, like, poke the bear at me. So if you're gonna poke the bear, I'm gonna retaliate at you. I think that's all it was, because it was kind of a clapback. Jack would say something, Clyde would say something back. So it wasn't like Clyde was just like instigating. Nah, it was kind of just a clapback. So
correct. Yeah. So we get some more questioning. We get to see the video footage. Priya takes some notes. She's doing her due diligent detective thing. We love Priya. Okay, and so we get onto the topic of Rachel's cell phone. Okay, and so Clyde's like, yeah, I call her cell phone. I've been calling it. I want to hear her voicemail. Like, yes, Rachel is my wife. I miss her. I want to hear her voice. Cool.
At face value, we're just like, okay.
People do that very often. Okay, that's a very normal thing. Okay, Jack, mind you, is like, okay, that is beautiful, but also please stop doing that, because we need to find the phone, and you're running down the battery. We need to make sure it stays alive until we can find it. And that also sounds very nice detective-wise. On the surface, okay, it sounds very nice detective-wise, period. Okay, so we get both of those things. Okay, we jet outdoors. Interview is over. Oh, before the interview is over, they ask if there is anyone that may know. Jack asks this, if there's anyone that Rachel would have told who Rachel was going to see that night. This is sketchy, because I feel like he's just trying to cover his ass with this one.
Yes.
Because he asked it specifically. Priya didn't even think of this question. And insert new friend group member. Clyde mentions that Rachel's friend Helen would probably be the only person that knew who she would be seeing.
Yes.
Okay, so that was happening as they're exiting the house. Okay, so they get into Jack's truck. Jack's like, hey, Priya, I want you to go around the house and get a picture. Every security camera you see. I don't trust Clyde. I think he's lying. I need to see where all the security cameras are, where they face, so I can see if they cover every point of interest, so we can try to poke holes into his alibi. On the surface, that is good.
That sounds yeah.
And Priya's like, okay, sure.
If you watch a lot of, detective work, murder mysteries, murderers are usually people that are closer to him, unless you're like, Ted Bundy's, things like that, like serial killers. Like, of course, those are just one-offs. I think there's only been like a couple in history that have really just did that. But you know what I'm saying? Usually if there's a murder, you have to check inside house first before you start scouring out. So yeah.
So yes, that sounds normal. Okay, so
that's how we believed it at first.
Yes. So Priya pops off to go do that. We come back inside to Mr. Clyde. Mr. Clyde's making a phone call. Do you want to know who Mr. Clyde's calling? Mr. Clyde, my man's is calling Rachel's phone again. Did the detectives just tell you not to call Rachel's phone anymore?
Exactly.
So he calls Rachel's phone again, okay, and he's just letting it ring. He's not even listening to it. He's just watching it ring. So obviously we know it's not because he wants to hear his wife's voice, because he doesn't even have a ear, okay. And he's just sitting there deliberately not following instructions. But guess what? So now we pan back out to Jack in a truck, and what do we hear? We hear phone vibrations. You know why we hear phone vibrations? Because Miss Rachel's phone is in the
truck
of Jack's truck. He has had her phone
the whole time.
Mind you, it's only been 2 days, but he has had the phone in his car this whole time.
Yeah.
Okay? So
before you go up, you might ask, why is Clyde calling the phone after specifically being instructed not to? We will segue into this, but we picked up on this too in the moment. We did. Okay, keep going.
So, as he is like in awe of him having the phone, Priya returns. So he just shoves it under his leg. Right here under his leg. Kind of like how mine is right now. He shoves it under his leg, and he's like, all right, we have to get back to the precinct. And my man chunks that truck into reverse and like floors it.
I'm talking about small town driving. I'm talking about
small town truck driving. Yeah, you know what it is. And then before we pop to them, we pop back into Clyde. Clyde's on the phone. Clyde's on the phone talking to someone this time. He's like, listen, soon the phone will be dead, and I will be done dealing with the both of you.
With the both of you. I'll
be done dealing with the both of you. And yeah, I will call you later tonight. Whoop-de-whoop. Okay? The other voice on the phone, you don't really know who it belongs to, but they say something like, if they find out, or like if they find this or whatever else, they are concerned about something. Okay, so now Clyde's a little more sus. What are you doing, Clyde? What's going on?
Exactly.
So
he has been added to the list, and at this point, he's around 10-15%.
He's about 10-15%. Okay, we still got Anna as the majority. So if we had to rank them, it's Anna, Jack, then Clyde. And underneath Clyde / beside Clyde as an accomplice is whoever he was on the phone with. Okay, we are assuming it's Helen.
Yes.
But it has not been confirmed at this point. Okay, so now we flash forward. Jack is driving like a bat out of hell trying to get back to the precinct, which is a very funny like little scene. But this is showing when Priya is like being like a smart detective, and then like Jack is just being a detective to cover his own butt, because Priya's like
very defensive.
He's being very defensive. Priya's like, I don't understand, like this, that, and the third. Like we need to go talk to Helen. Like we need to go do all these things, and like you keep shutting me down. I'm not understanding. And he every time essentially is just like, listen, like just do what I say to do so we can get this solved, blah, 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 we move on, okay? So we get to the precinct. He orders her to get Clyde's phone records, which is a good detective thing to do. We do want that on the surface, but also a little bit underlying too, because though they don't know it, we have seen that Clyde's acting a tiny bit sus.
A little bit sus.
So, yes, get those, okay? So he goes into his office, he shuts the door. The man tries to unlock Rachel's phone as he's sitting in the precinct in his office with a big old glass window that can see into his office.
Not once. Not twice. 3 times. And when you get to 4, that's an automatic lock on the thing. So, like, bruh. Like, at the precinct with cops.
At the precinct with all the cops and with Priya being right outside the door at her little cubicle. Okay? Priya almost catches him because she pops in and she like updates him on.
She lets him know she found some stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. The other thing that he does is he cancels the phone tracing on Rachel's phone.
Yeah.
Obviously he found it, but that's strange because if y'all haven't found it as a collective, as a detective group in this murder case, why would you then cancel the trace that would lead you to the phone?
You can tell. You can tell during the call there was some discomfort for the person on the other end. They were like, "Are you?" If I had to guess how the conversation went, they were just like, "Are you sure?" I see your name is there. Are you like they asked multiple times? Yeah, are you sure?
Because he's like, yeah, my name's on the like request to submit it, like cancel it.
And then she's like, okay.
And they just end up doing it.
Yeah.
But, yeah. So we find out on Clyde's phone records that not only has he been calling Rachel's phone, he's been calling it back to 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 back
to kill this battery.
To kill the battery as quickly as possible, like back to back. Like so, like each of the little call entries are only like 3 seconds long.
3 seconds long, yeah.
Crazy work. Okay? And so we have that. And so now... Also, what's happening at this time is Jack is trying to get a hold of Helen. Jack knows Helen, apparently.
Yeah.
You know, because we find out from another flashback from Miss Anna that they all met at a girls' school that is located in the little town. And it was Rachel, Helen, and Anna. And there's a fourth girl. We don't know her name.
We haven't seen her yet. We haven't seen her
with her name yet. So there is a fourth girl, but they were their little group. Okay.
I will put speculation. Mm-hmm. I feel like it could be Jack's sister, maybe Zoe, maybe because it does. I'm not gonna go into. That's who I think it is from the cast that we've seen. But if not, we have not met this girl yet. Yeah. But Helen, off rip, was mean. I feel like I'm gonna say this is pre-Anna. Before everything goes. Mm-hmm. I feel like Anna back in high school was genuinely a good person. Yeah. Honestly. Mm-hmm. So this was pre-bad Anna after everything happened, but like Helen did not like Anna from the start.
No, Helen didn't like Anna from the start. I am also willing to bet that they all used the term friend or best friend very loosely. Because like when you watch the flashbacks and how they interact with each other, they're just very much mean girls. I don't think they were ever actually her friend. Because like when they meet, Rachel makes a comment about how Anna's mom cleans her house and like is like very snickety about it.
And Anna didn't like the comment that the girls were saying because yes, you're being upfront respectful to this woman, but you're backhand very being mean to her.
Yes.
So absolutely. The mother of course didn't pick up on it as most parents don't, but the kid definitely picked up on it. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm. So now
at this point, we're what's it called? Helen is not reached by Jack.
Helen is not reached by Jack, but Anna does.
Anna reaches Helen because she goes back to the institution. That's where we get the flashback of when Anna officially meets that group.
Yes, and Helen is now the headmistress.
Yeah, of the academy.
Yes. So they go in, okay, and Anna's like, hey, so I hear from my source that you know who Rachel was with the night before. I already know who it is. I need you to confirm it. Because I need someone who could go on the record to confirm who it is. And Helen's like, well, girl, I ain't telling you nothing, first of all.
I don't like you.
I don't like you, and I actually don't believe you know who it is, so I'm not going to say anything. And she's like, well, I do know who it is. I literally just need someone to go on the record, blah, blah, blah. Funnily enough, the secret source is her own eyeballs, because obviously she saw them together. But
in the rain, as we've talked about. If you didn't catch it, rewind.
It's there. Yes, okay. And Helen goes, listen, I like I said, I don't trust you. I'm not going to tell you about who it is. But why don't we ask Jack about it?
If you haven't caught on to it in this series, it's very much you need to read between the lines. You have to. If you are a very face value person, you need to be plain spelled out for you. This is not the series for you.
It's not, because with that right there, we admitted that one, yes, she did in fact know who she was going to see, and that two, the person that she was going to see was in fact Jack.
Yes.
Hilariously, she said it in that manner to try to throw it in Anna's face. Anna does in fact obviously already know it was Jack.
It still hurts.
But it still hurts because other people know. And yeah, so Anna decides to leave after that, okay? We fast forward a little bit, okay? And we get to when it's gone down to the wire. Jack needs to turn in the frickin' DNA sample.
He has to
turn it in. It's starting to look suspicious. Jack's like, you know what? I will take my own. You can do the rest, drop this off later. I'll take my own.
This is to Priya.
Okay? So, he goes home. He's looking for Zoe. Zoe's not there. But you know who is there? His cute little niece.
Yes.
You know, he decides, hey, sweet little niece Megan, let's play detective. let's play detective. We play detective, okay? And Jack decides to swab his niece's mouth and turn in her DNA instead of his.
And this is when I don't like Jack.
And this is when I start to not like Jack.
This is the pivotal moment where I don't like Jack. And the thing is, from this, I gave him a chance, people.
We gave him so many chances.
I gave him a chance, people. And if you're a very much Jack lover at this point, like, I gave him a chance. But once he got the swab from the little girl, the niece, who is my second favorite character in this whole series, besides behind Priya, I gave him a chance. But you can't do my dog dirty like that. You can't.
Yeah, you can't. So, that happens, okay? He goes to turn in his swab, okay? Turns in his swab. Does he go to try to find Helen after he turns in the swab?
No.
No?
He goes back to the actual, we missed the phone situation.
Yeah, but that was after he turned in the swab, wasn't it?
I thought it was, like, during... Because he didn't give it to the lady. He gave it to the fill-in dude.
Oh, okay. So
he gave it to the fill-in dude, and after that, that's when he went on his little secret...
See, because I thought... Okay, no, that's making sense.
Yeah.
That's making sense. Okay, so he goes to turn in his swab. Okay, he turns in his swab, and then he's like, hey, I lost my wedding ring here yesterday. Can I take a look? Homie's like, listen, nobody's supposed to be in there. And then the next thing you know, we find them both in there looking for the wedding ring. Anyways, so we're in there looking for the wedding ring, okay, and then Jack gets a call from his wife, okay, and he's like, because before this, he goes, hey, is there a janitor around that cleans? Like, maybe we can ask them if they found it.
They found it.
You know, and he's like, oh, yeah, I can call them and check with them. He's like, great. Oh, no, my wife is calling. You know, so as Mr. Homie Guy is going out to call the janitor to check with the ring, Jack pretends to be on the phone, and then he's like, I'm just going to close this so that I can have privacy on my phone call. Mind you, he closes himself into the restricted area of the morgue that he shouldn't be in. And then once worker homie gets on the phone, he runs over, pulls Rachel's dead body out of the fucking storage, and uses her face to Face ID, open the cellular device. Okay? So... this is when Jack continues to do very dumb things that make no sense.
Digging himself into a deeper hole.
Okay, it unlocks the phone. Okay, he doesn't. Mason pointed this out. He tries to do her Face ID first with her eyeballs closed. It doesn't work. So he opens them. So it opens, and then he just shuts her body back into the morgue.
Did not close her eyes back.
So I wonder. I really hope that like
somebody catches on to it,
and I hope that wasn't like a TV show error.
Yeah. I hope it's not one of those one-off things to where like there's nothing that comes out of it. I hope something comes out of it to where those people.
I'm really hoping that that's not like a TV error, because I don't want to be mad, because I feel like that'd be a really cool kind of thing. Of like, who messed with her body?
Exactly.
But anyway, so he does that. He goes and hides in another office that he's not supposed to be in. And while he's in that office, he's scrolling through the phone. Okay, while he's scrolling through the phone, he deletes his text messages with Rachel, which is stupid because we all know that just because he deleted them from the phone, they're still going to show up on the phone records. And then he starts going through Rachel and Helen's text messages. And we find out through there that they talked about them being together. They talked about blackmailing Clyde. And then Helen asks Rachel if she's broken up with Jack yet.
Yeah, as a side piece.
As a side piece. And that is when she stops answering Helen's text. Because she's like, did you break up with him yet? How'd he take it? Hello, Rachel.
I would say this is definitely the day after she got murdered.
This is definitely the day after. I think it's the morning of, like, the next morning. So, like, the night she got murdered, these texts are happening in the morning.
Yeah.
Of, like, hey, so how'd he take it? Like, you were supposed to break up with him last night. Next morning, how did he take you breaking up with him? So, there's that, okay? So, not only does Jack realize now that Helen knows that they were together, and together that night, but he's also wondering, what is this blackmail situation about? Because that's weird.
Exactly.
Okay? Homeboy comes back in the room and it's like, hey, guy, what are you doing? They couldn't find the ring, whatever. And he's like, okay, fine, that's fine. I'll keep looking for it, thank you. He proceeds to now go out and try to go to Helen's house. Helen is not at her house, okay, but her maid's like, yeah, she stays late at the school on Fridays. She is not here. And he's like, okay, thank you. Goes out to the school, Most of the doors of the school are locked except for the chapel. He gets into the
before you go on, because you're doing great. I'm not gonna
okay.
lie. Before you go on, there is a call from Clyde to Helen's phone. We know it's Helen because we see that it is Clyde on her phone on the desk because it was that same night. Remember?
Yes.
She wasn't picking up.
Yes, I remember this.
She wasn't picking up. Yes. So now we figure out that who is Clyde calling? It is Helen.
Yes, because he was like, I'll call you later tonight. While she was working in the school, we see that he does call her and she's not picking up, and it is his name coming across the phone.
Right. Now I have to ask you, Jack, he fell asleep. Like, Jack has the phone. When does he discover that video between...
Oh, in the morgue. I forgot about this.
Yes.
So when he was looking through the text messages as well, he also finds some weird videos on Rachel's phone. These videos are of Clyde, Rachel, and Helen all together. There are some BDSM-y type costumes and things involved, and they are recording Clyde mostly, which is probably what we're assuming is where the blackmail comes from.
And what we're assuming is what him and Helen are trying to kill this phone for.
Yes.
Because they're both adults at this point. They have professions. She's the head mistress, so she definitely can't let these videos come in. She's the head mistress of
an all-girls school.
And he's a millionaire. I don't know what... They've never told me what business he's in or anything, but he can't... He owns
like a chain of like pizza shops.
But he cannot let this go out at all,
and neither can she. Because I also think the girls' school has like a religious esque of it. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, I don't know if it's Christianity. I don't know if it's a Catholic school. But it has something because it has a chapel.
Yeah. So to sum this up, that is what we speculate is the reason why Helen and Clyde are saying we need to kill this phone, because if the cops get a hold of these videos or these videos become public in any way, form, or fashion, this could be the end of our careers. We cannot let that happen.
Absolutely.
Okay, proceed.
Yeah, to backtrack a little bit, okay? So as Jack is leaving the house, one of his travels, whether it was to Helen's house or to the school, one of the travels, Priya calls him and is updating him about some things. Telling him about her theories, all the things, blah, blah, blah. And she brings up something about... She brings up something about... Yeah, I'll get there.
Yeah.
Brings up something about the perpetrator being a male.
Yeah.
Okay? The reason why she brings up the perpetrator being a male, okay, Jack immediately is like, okay, how are we determining that it's a male? Like, what are we doing, okay? The intimateness of it, like, that could have happened at any point in the night, right. And then she could have still been murdered, like, later on, what do we know? And she's like, well, because we got a footprint. I was sent over a footprint that was taken from the crime scene. It's cast. I'm looking at it right now. It is a size 10 men's Timberland boot.
Yeah.
Okay? And Jack is like, okay, but anyone, like, people were walking all over the crime scene. Like, that could be anyone's boot. Okay? And Priya's like, well, no. Okay? I've already asked everyone that's been at the crime scene if they own this boot. And he's like, listen, we don't want to get stuck on this. Jack is like, listen, what I need from you right now is I need you to go to Clyde's house and I need you to follow Clyde. We need to know what he's doing in these days immediately following the murder, and I want you to follow him. I don't want you to let him out of your sights, all the things or whatever, okay? As this conversation is happening, we're also getting clips of Zoe, which is Jack's sister, and his niece Megan at the house, okay? We've got Zoe yelling at a food worker about her chicken order being messed up, okay? And she trips in the kitchen, which, mind you, is a very funny scene.
Yeah.
We rewinded it
if you watch it, you'll know it's funny.
Like, it's so real that I am convinced that they just threw something in her way and did not tell her.
Yeah.
Anyways, okay, she trips in the kitchen. She trips in the kitchen over Jack's boots. She says, Megan, go take your uncle's boots to his room, okay? Because these are in the way. Go take him to his room. Megan clip-clomps up the stairs, with his little boots on, being cute little niece, and like karate kicks the shoes off into his room. Anyone want to take a gander what kind of boots these were?
The perfect match.
If you said size 10 men's Timberland boots, then you are correct.
You are correct.
Mm-hmm,
Ding, ding, ding.
Ding, ding, ding.
Good job.
And to make this even better, okay, as Priya is getting off the phone with Jack, because she's kind of getting over Jack, she's like, fine, I'll go follow Clyde.
Because, are you about to talk about the...
Yes.
Okay, because she, like you said, Clyde turned in his own swab, she turned in her own. Mm-hmm. And that's when the morgue person stated to Priya, hey, did he ever find that ring? And she said, what ring? He never wears a ring. So
well, no, she said she doesn't think so.
Yeah, she doesn't think so. But
she kept it very professional with the guy.
Yeah, but this gets her wheels turning because she's like, she is leading to what Todd's about to say next.
Yeah, so that interaction does happen, and like I said, it gets her to thinking, okay, why would he come back here looking for a ring that I know he doesn't wear? So during this conversation as well, when she's getting her instructions to go follow Clyde, she's like, oh yeah, while I still have you here, okay, why were you at the morgue looking for a ring that you don't wear? Or why are you looking for a ring?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, well, you know, sometimes I do wear it, blah, blah, blah. She's like, okay, but I haven't seen you wear that ring since I got here.
And that's
like,
when Priya
seen it. You know, she's climbing up the ranks. Yeah, and he's like, well, sometimes I keep it in my pocket, Priya, blah, blah, blah. Like, very much trying to, like, throw the speculations out the window. It's not working, mind you.
It's not working.
Okay? So then he ends his phone call with, like, can you just do what I asked you to do? Whatever. And he hangs up the phone. As he hangs up the phone, Priya's just standing there gazing. And as we pan out to see what she's gazing at, baby girl has a old school investigators board with all her little pictures and things posted up. And guess what she's got? She's got a photo of Jack with a scratch on his cheek with that boot print right underneath it.
As a good detective should, bro. Because we cannot rule anybody out in this situation.
We cannot rule anybody out, and you are acting more and more sus, Jack. And so I'm like, I'm here with Priya. We love her. Okay, so now we get to, Jack finally gets to the school. Okay, most of the school is locked via badge entry like most schools should be. Yeah. You know, and the chapel doors are open, which I think most chapel doors do kind of stay open. But to get further into the school, it's still locked. So he fails with running into Helen there at all. So he leaves, goes home, gets home, and is confronted by his sister Zoe. Yeah. Before we get to him being confronted by Zoe, okay, we've got Priya who is following around Mr. Clyde. Clyde does in fact leave his house. He leaves his house. She follows him for a little while, and then he stops at a random stop sign, discards a trash bag. So this is where she kind of like aborts mission. She's like, I need to know what's in that trash bag. Right. Why are we awkwardly throwing things away miles away from your home when you have your own trash system? So Priya climbs into the trash, kind of gross, climbs into the trash, gets the trash bag out, opens the trash bag to find all the BDSM thing items. And she puts them in her trunk. Yeah. And she calls Jack. I don't think he answers because I think she just leaves him a message. Exactly. She's like, listen, I found this. I had to abandon trailing him. It could be, you know, throwing away some bad memories, or it could be something. So I have it. It's in my trunk. I have it. Cool. Whatever. Okay. So now we're back to Jack getting home. He gets confronted by Zoe. Zoe's like, what is wrong with you? Why would you swab Megan instead of just turning in the DNA?
Megan's a trooper. She told the truth.
She told.
If y'all are mad at Megan, what are you doing?
Yeah, exactly, weirdos. So Zoe's going on this rampage. She's like, listen, I don't know what is wrong with you. Okay, just the other day, Rachel sees me at the gas station, goes out of her way to say hello to me. We all know that this is small town talk for, I know something you don't.
Exactly.
And she, you know, so she's like, listen, were you sleeping with Rachel? And Jack's like, well, I'm a grown man. I can sleep with
folded like a lawn chair.
Sleep with, whatever. And she's like, okay, well, were you with her that night? The man doesn't answer. And as we've said before,
no answer is an answer.
And Zoe is like about to have a panic attack. And she is like, did you kill her? And so this is when Jack finally finds his words. And this is where I do not know if I believe him still or not. Because he keeps going around the answer.
Yeah, he never gave a yes or no question.
By being like, you know me, I wouldn't hurt her. Like, that's the way he answers the question or whatever. And I'm just like, okay.
It's a yes or no.
It's a yes or no if you murdered her or not. But okay, anyway. So we get a flash. We get to them like deading that situation. he goes upstairs, falls asleep in his little chair. As he's sleeping, he gets a flashback. And I don't know if you felt this way, but this flashback, now that I'm thinking about it more, I don't know if it's like a real flashback or if it's a dream-powered flashback, because he does go to sleep. You know what I mean?
Oh, you're talking about...
In this flashback, he is in the truck with Rachel. They are being intimate. And Rachel says something along the lines of, like, is this how Anna does it? Or something like that. And then you see him get angry at her and he starts to choke her.
Yeah.
So I'm, like, wondering in my head, like, now that I'm thinking about it again, does that actually happen? Or was he dreaming?
He could go 50-50. I know the scratch is there.
The scratch is
like,
there.
That would be the reason. Like, it's definitive that the scratch is real. Mm-hmm. And that would be the reason why he got scratched. But I can also see what you're saying. It could be a fever dream. Like, dang, like, it could be just a nightmare. Yeah. So. Yeah. So, like. But I am leaning more towards that's what actually happened.
I am too. Leaning more towards that actually happened. Okay. Before he wakes up that morning, he also does a side quest that we forgot about. There are 2 side quests that we forgot about. Okay. So our first side quest is Anna. Anna gets a call from station head guy. Yeah. And is like, hey, we can't find the new girl. We need you to come do the evening news. So she traipses down to Atlanta, gets all ready to do the evening news, and literally 30 seconds before they're about to start the evening news, new homegirl comes in, and she's like, oh my gosh, guys, I'm so sorry. I had to babysit for my sister, and I forgot to text you guys, but I'm here now, so it's fine. And so they secede, and they let homegirl do her thing, and...
Super embarrassing for
Anna. And there are quite a few people on the staff that are like, okay, that's wrong. Like, why would y'all do that to her? But anyway, so she traipses back to... whatever the small town is called. I don't remember. It's like DeLunga or something like that. I don't know. She goes back, okay, and we see there's a scene of Homie, cameraman Homie, in the store. Jack is there also, but he's being sassy, and so he buys
condoms.
He buys
yeah.
He buys like 2 bottles of bleach, a hammer,
and some duct tape, which is weird.
Which is really weird. And then as he notices Jack in the line, he also picks up a box of condoms and puts them down, and then buys them. Weird. So as we get back, Anna's back in her room. Cameraman guy knocks on the door, and he's like, hey, I brought this for you. It's like a bottle of wine and 2 glasses. And she makes a funny comment
because he heard about the situation at the newscasting thing. Right. Like, he heard about it. You know what I'm saying?
So he makes a funny comment. She makes a funny comment about how, like, the wine bottle's already open. Like, are you sure you brought it just for me and whatnot or whatever? So they're sitting there having a little powwow, heart to heart, drinking some wine or whatever. And she was like, you know what? Anna's like, you know what? It's fine, whatever. She said she had to help her sister-in-law or whatever, and... Cameraman guy's like, no,
she doesn't have one.
She doesn't have one of those. I don't have a sister. So, and then Anna's like, oh, okay, well, maybe she just said sister. And he goes, she does not have a sister.
She's been dead for...
Like I said, she did, but she died 20 years ago. So, and then Anna's just sitting there like, oh, okay.
Which, at this point, is preference, because both sides have done wrong. Mm-hmm. And so I don't blame the newscasting woman for being vindictive, but... The thing is, being two wrongs don't make a right. Yeah. So it's really which one you take as a lesser evil, because both sides are wrong. Absolutely. Everybody's wrong. Like, everybody's entangled doing some crazy stuff right now. Absolutely. And, like, that's a jab. Absolutely. It's a hard jab, but it's a jab, you know what I'm saying? That's a Floyd jab right there. Yeah. And so
now we're getting into our last, like, 2 plot twists of the night, okay? And so we flash back to Jack. So this is after his interaction with Zoe. I'm pretty sure, because he leaves again.
He leaves again.
Super late at night. Leaves again, goes back to the crime scene. Mind you, he's doing, like, normal detective activities
at night.
But he's doing them at, like, the weirdest time, so it looks a little suspect.
It looks bad.
It's really weird. So he goes back out there. He puts grocery bags on his shoes, I guess not to get his shoes dirty. And he starts looking around the crime scene. He notices that he can see the road driving by, like, as you're standing kind of in the crime scene. So he starts wandering out there, trying to figure out, like, how close is that road actually to the crime scene. This is kind of strange. And as he's walking, he ends up in a graveyard, okay? there's like this small, cute little clip of like somebody cocks a gun behind him and ends up being like
his old coach from high school,
whatever. And he's like, "Hey, coach, you guys have cameras around here, or whatever." So they go into his little trailer and they're looking at the cameras or whatever, and he's watching the cameras go by. And the coach is like, "Yeah, my son set these up for me. They're triggered by motion. Because, like, sometimes kids will come through and try to like destroy the tombstones or whatever.
Small town stuff.
Small town stuff. There's nothing to do out there. So they're looking through, and Jack's like, whoa, hey, what was that? Can you make this one bigger? Okay, he makes it bigger, and there's someone standing at a tombstone. And as we're watching someone standing at a tombstone, you can see Jack's truck drive by in the background. Okay, so
he knows. Jack knows.
Jack knows that it's his truck. No one else. Yeah. Coach doesn't know.
Coach
Jack knows
sure
it's his truck. Okay, mind you, the date that Jack asked him to look at is September 2nd. Okay, I'm assuming the year is 2024, and I'll tell you why I'm assuming the year is 2024. Mm-hmm. Okay, so he asked for September 2nd, 2024. Okay, and he sees that, and Jack goes outside to also gaze at a tombstone. And as we zoom out, as we're gazing upon said tombstone, we've got, here lies Charlotte Harper. Mind you, that's his daughter. And him and Anna's daughter, that's the tombstone. And it says from January of 23 to September 2nd of 2023. 23. So that means that the person that was standing there was Anna. She went to visit. We know. I think he figured it out.
I would think he is.
Yeah.
But not to assume he... At the very least, he thought it was very weird that somebody's looking at his daughter's tombstone right now. I don't know if he fully knows it's Anna or not, because we don't even know if he saw Anna that night peeping him in the truck.
Right.
But we know it was Anna.
Yeah. I feel like
he does know.
Yeah, I feel like he might have pieced it together, but like I said, it's also he's been being a little slow, so it's very real that he hasn't pieced it together yet too. But so now it made me laugh, and I know like once I repointed out to Mason, it kind of made Mason laugh too, because not only is Anna at the grave of her daughter on the anniversary of her death, she watches her husband's truck drive by, goes to see what the heck he's doing late at night out here in the middle of the night, to find him being intimate with her supposed friend from high school.
Best friend.
On the night on the anniversary of her daughter's death.
On their daughter's death.
On the anniversary of their daughter's death. Crazy work.
Divine intervention, I'll say that. That's some crazy entanglement, and that's crazy timeline, but
yeah.
That is stirring this up to be a very crazy ending, because I like how no one's fully in the right, but you understand where everybody's coming from.
Exactly. So now he leaves there. Okay, he goes home. He falls asleep in his chair. He wakes up the next morning and his phone blowing up from Priya, because Priya's like, "Listen here, we've got a second body." Okay, so Jack goes to get to the second body. Guess where the second body's found? Second body's found at the school.
At the school.
Guess where he was the night before?
At the school.
See, I can't.
That's why he's staying at 70.
He's killing me.
He's staying in that number one spot, because how are you in both places where both of these people died? Right. You know what I'm saying? But then backdoor it
with, okay, we get here and we're like, okay, who found the body? Priya's like, oh yeah, the same person that called it in. And we get a, good morning, Jack.
Guess who it is?
It's Anna!
When I tell you it's Anna smirking in the door, that's why she's not completely out of this too. Cause bro, why are both of y'all
in the door with a coffee?
Why are both of y'all at these scenes all the time?
Mind you, the body and the blood are still there. She's literally just sitting in the corner drinking a coffee.
So
that's how episode 3 ends.
And
we are halfway through. We will give you a beautiful recap as we finish, but you can see now that this show is extremely frustrating. The number one frustrating factor is that Jack is just acting like an idiot. He's killing me.
Yeah.
Killing me slowly. I love that we don't quite know
who did
it and what's going on, because there are 3 people that have a motive. So, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a great...
Plus, this could be a ballpark, but that 4th friend or that 3rd friend We still haven't done it. So there could be somebody in the background that's toying with all these people. It could be one of those like them TV shows where like we haven't. They keep referencing high school.
Yeah.
So this could be a reference to somebody screwed somebody over so bad in high school that now they're just they've used all these years to come and mess with all of them.
Yeah.
To like make them look bad. So it could be one of them situations. I'm just speculating. Who knows? Yeah.
But yeah, so that's all of our
this crazy. This turned into a His&Hers description. But hey, if you're watching it, I know you enjoyed that. I know you did because that was in depth.
It was in depth, and we'll have another one, and it will probably just start right off the rip with it. And we'll do it the same format probably because that was kind of fun. But yeah, that's all we've got for you guys today.
Facts. Follow us on all platforms at whata.pod, on Instagram, TikTok. We're posting regularly, and at our YouTube channel as well at whatapod. What a pod gaming?
We've got what a gaming.
What a gaming.
What are we playing?
What are we playing? What are we doing?
What are we watching? We've got some of those coming up. We've got some of them that are just short form on our TikTok, and then we've got some more things in the plans for our long form.
Thank y'all for the support on TikTok too. My reaction video is getting a lot of stuff,
which is beautiful.
A lot of
post on the pod page.
That's what I'm saying. So we're gonna post that on the pod page too. But thank you for all the support with that, and more coming soon.
And with that, we are sponsored by Sign Me, Where Stars Align. Go download it. Available now and always on Google and Apple.
Yes, and yeah. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.